I want to make a video today and talk about, are the Colts actually playoff contenders? Yes. Okay, so before I get into this, I want to mention that there was a post by ESPN NFL. And if you know ESPN NFL, you know they post what's on ESPN about the NFL. So they posted the playoff picture going in to week 10. And they had teams like the Jets and the Raiders and all these, not as great teams as the Colts up in that playoff picture and in the hunt. And the Colts at 4-5 were back behind everybody. We are standing right now where the Colts are 2 steps away from the 7th seed and at the 9 seed right now in the AFC. Texans are 2 ahead of them. They beat the Texans head-to-head already. And the only other team ahead of them is the Cincinnati Bengals, who they get to face later on in the season. So then you're going to ask the question, can the Colts beat the teams like Cincinnati, like Houston, and like Pittsburgh? Those are going to be the 3 hardest games in the back half of their schedule. And I'm going to tell you, yes. I even think they can win 2 of those 3, and I think they might drop one to a team like Atlanta, because that's the type of thing the Colts would do. I think this Colts team is on a trajectory to become 10-7, which was my original prediction before the beginning of the year. I think that the Colts are being slept on, that nobody is talking about them, and I think that that is the best thing to happen. There is no expectations from the outside world, only inside of that locker room. And I'm telling you right now, that locker room is lit up. The defense has given up a total of 19 points in the last 2 games, and they themselves have scored 14. So you're basically saying they've only given up really 5 points in the last 2 games. Turnover-wise, they had 4 interceptions against Bryce Young, went on to have 2 interceptions and 3 forced fumbles that were all recovered by the Patriots, sadly, in the last game. So that's 5 turnovers and 4 turnovers. That's 9 turnovers in the last 2 games. Now, you're going to be like, wait a minute, that's Bryce Young and the Panthers, and that's the Patriots and Mac Jones. Those are not good offensive teams. Okay, so who do the Colts play next, Luke? They play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield, who has shown this year that he can play good, but he's also shown that he can make the mistake ball. And Colts have been really capitalizing on those mistakes of getting picks. Then it goes to the offense. I am not concerned with the defense against Tampa. I am concerned with the game being at home. I will be there for the Tampa Bay game. And this is not a prediction for that game at all. But what will matter in that game more than anything is Gardner Minshew in the pocket. If you watch the game on Sunday, the most disgusting thing, and the reason people said it was terrible, was the quarterback play from both sides. Gardner Minshew looked absolutely lost. He got bailed out on a 3rd down to Josh Downs, which essentially ended the game because it gave the ball back to the Patriots with only a minute remaining instead of 2 minutes, so they had to speed up and they threw that pick. Josh Downs is electric. He's elite. So was Pittman. Pierce had some good catches. Then you look at the tight ends. Jelani Woods is hopefully going to be back. You got Kylan Granson back last week. And Alec Ogletree has been nothing short of a dog this year. Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss in the backfield. Predominantly using Taylor. And he's still due for a 150-yard game. So, then you have to think to yourself, how far can this offense take this defense playing well? Defense saw the field way too much against the Patriots. And if it does see the field that much against Tampa, they will capitalize. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are still a very good wide receiver duo that is honestly slightly underrated in today's game. So, can the Colts get over humps and get over those hills? They haven't beaten the Steelers since 2009, head-to-head. So, that game's at home too. And again, home record right now, guys, 1-4. 1-4. They are 4-1 on the road. So you're looking at some of these matchups and you're kind of hoping for them to be away. Tennessee, 2nd game, that's away. That should be good. Atlanta, that game's away. That should be good. Raiders, they come here. But the Raiders have an inexperienced quarterback, which the Colts have shown that they can kill. They can eat up a small rookie quarterback who's just up and coming. Aiden O'Connell, shout out to him, went to Purdue, but he's just up and coming. So Desmond Ridder, even though he's in his 2nd year, he makes a lot of mistakes. These are teams that the Colts can capitalize on defense. It comes down to the offense this year. And that's what it came down to last year. It's actually very funny how, because I commentated on the Pacers. Shout out to him, commentating them tonight. But it's funny how the Pacers issue is defense every year, and it still is this year. And they're amazing, prolific at offense last year and this year. And it's funny how the Colts have really been hanging their hat on defense. They've been good on defense to sometimes great like these last 2 weeks. It's the offense. The Colts offense has been awful. And if they just run the bleep ball, they win the games. Go Colts. I think they still get in. And if they don't get 10 wins, they get 9. And I think that they're going to have tiebreakers against the Bengals and the Texans. And that should get them into the playoffs. And I'm hoping that the Steelers don't barely edge us out. That would really suck. Anyways, that's all I got for you. I see you guys next time. It will be the Buccaneers Colts prediction when you guys are watching this type of video. But if you want to see me again shortly, it's coming up in 5.5 hours. Pacers versus 76ers in-season tournament. Thank you very much. Yo, I was like, ow.